My internet. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I'm coming on here to talk about when it does not resonate with your spirit. All right. So somebody told me something the other day, and I guess they was giving me a reading, or they was talking to me, or they just felt something, from God as far as what they said, and they messaged me about it. And when I read it, I was like, I don't know. Like, I said thank you and stuff because I always want to be mindful of people and be mindful of what individuals do and just the spirit of God. But I don't know. After they told me what they told me, I was just like, this just doesn't resonate with my spirit. It just didn't resonate with me. And so it really got me to thinking, and I had to sit on it for a couple of days because I was I was thinking to myself, should I respond back to the person? Should I say this? Should I say, like, what should I do? So I was just asking God. But then I started thinking about just people in general, like all of us. Good morning, y'all. Just thinking about, like, you have individuals, like you have those that do this work, and we do work to receive information and guidance, and we do work to know ourselves and to pull back different layers. And maybe we will go to readers or go to individuals every once in a while, which I think that readers and individuals that can confirm are important. I do really feel like it's important. It's not that I don't. Because I think that if you have a really good vessel, a really good channel, that vessel and channel can confirm things for you that you may know on the inside of you, but you may not understand it. So it's good to hear somebody else confirm or really bring clarity and revelations to you, okay? So I'm not bashing people that do this work, obviously, because I do the work. But it's weird, though, because you have so many people nowadays that everybody thinks they're a reader, and everybody thinks that this and that. And sometimes it's like, this is how I feel. Sometimes you have people that are empaths that really just regurgitate what you feel or what you're putting off. And so if you're angry, if you're upset, if you're mad, you're going to go off of that, or they're going to tell you that versus actually giving you some type of clarity or some type of revelation in your life that's going to steer you in the right direction. And I think that's, what the Bible says. So it's, we can interpret this so many different ways. But when the Bible talks about familiar spirits and the Bible talks about a prophet's word shall not, touch the ground, won't fall when a prophet speaks. It's like, okay, I'm having so many different thoughts going through my head at one time. But this is when you have to really know yourself and understand the voices or the voice that you hear in your head. This is when you really have to learn how to discern, especially when you're receiving information from other people. There would be times for me when I would talk to a person and they may not understand it logically, but they can understand it spiritually. Like they just feel it like, dang it. It's either they don't want to accept it or they don't want to hear it, but they know like it's some truth to this. And I've had countless people that will come back to me later and they're like, man, I ain't want to hear nothing you had to say, but everything you said happened the way it was supposed to happen. Everything you said fell into place, And then you have individuals that can talk and that can say certain things and that can do stuff. And you just like, I'm not feeling that. They'll be like, you're angry. I probably was just angry or I'm probably getting angry, but I'm not angry. I'm working towards whatever, and this individual was just telling me, I forget what they said. They said, you need to travel to Australia and there's a blessing for you in Australia. And, don't please, different people of different races, please don't take this the wrong way. It was like, you need to do more with white people and Caucasians and this, and because your people will not be able to give you stuff. I was just thinking to myself, for me, spirit is spirit. I really believe spirit is spirit. So, whether you white, you black, you whatever. Now, there are, I do think different communities, obviously, in this physical reality need more help, need more understanding. But I know that spirit knows how to meet people where they are. So while they're telling me this, I'm really thinking to myself, you are really feeding my spirit, and you supposedly do this type of work professionally. You literally do this work professionally. So what are you feeding other people's spirits? What are you telling them? Because sometimes just because a person can tell you some stuff that may sound true, that may sound really good, it's like this. You have to remember, it's kind of like they say in the Bible, like the devil knows the Bible like the back of his hand. You know what I'm saying? The devil knows the Bible like the back of his hand. You not only have to hear the word, but you have to be able to feel and know the word. You know, study to show yourself approved. You know, you have to really go into yourself. You have to really go into you and feel it. Because you have to, not just you, because this really had me kind of threw me off for a second. You know, when I read it, because for one, I didn't invite the word. The word just came to me. So if it came to me, I'm like, okay, God, you know, I'm open to receive. But then when I read the word really, instead of renewing or encouraging my faith or enhancing my faith or enhancing my knowing or enhancing who I was, it really became a toxicity, or it became toxic to my spirit. Like, it became toxic because now it's like, I know what God has been talking to me about, but now you just put something that didn't aid or didn't enhance or didn't further elaborate on what God has been talking to me about. You just took me totally to left field. You just took me over here. So then I had to start thinking, okay, that's how you know the difference. See, God is already talking to us, me, you, whoever, about whatever you need to be doing in your life. And God will send you individuals that will help you build upon what has already been spoken, or will help confirm what has already been spoken. God will never, unless, and you will know, you will feel it. You will feel the correction in the spirit when God will say, no, you are not on the right path, turn around. You are not making a choice, make a choice. You know, you will feel it, you will know it. But you have certain individuals nowadays that just go and play in the spirit, that they playing in the spirit, but they ain't really walking or working in the spirit of truth. They working in the spirit of whatever they think they walking in. They just la 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 la. Or I could just go get me some little tarot cards, or I could work with my pendulum. That's those tarot cards and those pendulums. If you don't know what you're doing and you start inviting stuff in, it's just like working with a Ouija board and you start messing with stuff. You playing on the grid. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what spirit you're dealing with. And you know, it's just so crazy because, you know, I just start thinking, like, me, I know this. You know, I've been doing this. I've been practicing, you know, almost, how old am I? I'm about to be 30. So I'll be 30 in September. So, 10, 20, I don't know. Let's just say 15 years. Give me 15. It's probably more than that, but just give me that. And let's just say, like, even with what they said, it threw me off. And I was like, I want to listen to them, because they're practitioners. So I was thinking to myself, yo, this about to be good. You know what I'm saying? But it just really, like, I think, you know, we have to understand ourselves. And that's why I'm really on the path of mysticism, of really total alignment just with God, and just really trusting God, trusting my spiritual guides, trusting my spiritual team, trusting my intuition. Because for me, my intuition is the gateway, is the door for me to step into and fully embrace the magnificence of what is. And see, I think a lot of people get confused with me because they think, oh, I'm about just developing people's gifts and doing all of these things. No, I'm about helping people walk in their destiny. Like, that's my biggest thing. That's like my biggest goal. That's just my thing. That's what I love, is people walking in their destiny. It's not just about your gifts. Your gifts and stuff, I'm not going to say they don't mean nothing to me, but I really feel like your gifts, as you develop your personal relationship with God, the universe, spirit, your gifts will just become and be magnified, because that is your communication. That is your universal language. The only language that technically is universal is love, which is God, you know, which is spirit. You know, we judge, we have opinions, we have those things. I judge, I have opinions. I try not to judge, but I'm always going to have an opinion. But I try. But at the end of the day, universe, God, they don't really have that. It just is what it is. They have laws that have been put in place. They have laws that have been put in place. So at the end of the day, if you go against those laws spiritually, then that's on you. If you go to a top of a building and you're on the 100th floor and you don't have a parachute and you jump, you're going to fall. And you know, there's a high probability that you're probably going to die. But you made that choice. You know, that's the greatest gift that God could have given anything. Any of his creations is free will. But it's just going back to this thing, like, y'all, like, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your minister. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you practice Islam. I don't care if you are a Buddhist. I don't care if you are a witch. I don't care if you are initiated. I don't care if you don't believe in nothing. Always honor your spirit. because your spirit will always direct you. It will always direct you where you need to be, because you have more people in the pulpit doing more witchcraft manipulation on people that are sitting and following them than you do with people that don't even believe nothing, that don't even, that just are like, you know what, I don't believe in nothing. I'm gonna search for my own truth. Instead of aligning myself with some type of dogma, I'm gonna go within myself, or I'm gonna find something. But you have so many different people, and then you have these spiritualists, or you have certain individuals that are telling people, you have to do this, you have to do that. This is how you have to be in order to whatever, attune yourself to God. But just always remember, you can't separate yourself from something that you are. You are connected. You are connected to the divine. You are connected to God, and we disconnect. And it's our choice to reestablish our connection. It's our choice to reestablish our connection. Because at the end of the day, you always have to follow your flow. You always have to follow your flow. And you always have to follow the flow of God, the flow of spirit, the flow of your divine connection, because you have to be able to stand in your truth, and you have to be at peace with whatever you choose for your experience. And another thing, I don't know, spirit, is a lot of us love to take, but think we're giving. Okay? So a lot of times people love to take, but they think they're giving. So coming to you, I'm really coming to you. I'm like, oh my gosh, Spirit got a word for you. Da-da-da-da. But in truth, I'm looking to receive you. I want you to validate, because I may think of you as this, or I may think of you as that. I want you to validate. Was that good enough? Am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I okay? So now you move into another place of validation. You know, and validation is not bad. Don't get me wrong. Validation is not bad. Sometimes you need validation, and it's good to have validation by the people that can lift you up. If they can't lift you up, then you don't need their validation. If they can't take you to the next level, then you don't need their validation. Because sometimes validation comes with the passing of the baton. Sometimes we want to get validated, or we get validated by somebody that says, you know what, I'm about to pass you this baton so you can run and take this thing where I cannot take it. And sometimes, so you have to really pay attention. Okay, so does this resonate with me? Is this resonating with me? You have to ask yourself those questions. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's me. You know what I'm saying? If it's my groups, whatever. I always tell people, when people take this the wrong way, I always say, delete yourself. If you don't like it, don't do me a favor. Nobody is obligated to me or to anybody else but God and their destiny. That is what you're obligated to. Nobody is obligated to me. I have, let's just FYI, me, Jonathan, I have enough people that I work with. Nobody's obligated. Everybody is meant to do what they need to do. I don't know why. I just be starting to get so hot. Just get hot. Just get hot. That's a tingling sensation. But just notice, I don't know why. So I start having all these thoughts. I think when everybody starts to come on here, I start having different thoughts, because everybody's spirits is trying to talk to you, whatever. But another thing I keep hearing is circulation. I keep hearing circulation. You can always plant a seed, but remember, that seed will not grow if you do not water the seed. So you can plant the seed, but remember that before you plant the seed, you have to receive the seed. You have to buy the seed. So understand the law of giving and receiving. Understand the law of cause and effect. Understand that if you don't give, you won't receive. Or if you do receive, that thing that you have received will die. It won't live, because you have not done the work to water it, to grow it, to maintain it. So now you just have weeds. You just have all these things, and now you're just collecting information. You're just collecting stuff that won't survive for a very long time. So right now, as you do what you're doing, we all have to think what resonates with your spirit. What resonates with you? How is God showing up in your experience? How is God showing up in your life? I don't resonate with everybody, and everybody don't resonate with me. And guess what? That is a magnificent thing. That is, I don't resonate with Donald Trump, but guess what? There are people that resonate with Donald Trump. I resonated with President Obama, but other people didn't resonate with President Obama. Does that make them right? Does it make me wrong? No, that is their experience. That is their choice. God has given us all free will to express ourselves. We can argue all day, but at the end of the day, all we can do is agree to disagree. That's it. So right now it's about what is lifting you up, what is holding you, what is guiding you, what is taking you to that next level, because a lot of people are stillers of the truth versus livers of the truth. Meaning they don't live the truth, but they love to talk about it. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. But how are you exemplifying it in your life? How are you really living it out? Like, I made a video yesterday. We all can make anything appear the way we want it to appear on social media. I can make you think whatever. I can make you think whatever. But I have to turn off this computer eventually, and I have to live my life. How am I actually living my life? Because if you look at your life, honestly, everything around you is what you have chosen, like what you have chosen. I'm working on something. I'm doing something right now that is major, that's really big. And I'm not going to say anything right now. I don't know why I just said that. Anyway, I'm not going to say nothing. Because let me tell you, total sidebar. This is one of my rambles. I'm trying to listen to my friend Danielle because she always like, but you just ramble because you be giving us something else. But I'm going to tell you, I did a little experiment, right? So I've been playing with my diet and just eating right, because not dieting, but kind of eating right has become a spiritual discipline for me lately. But I've always had issues. So if you followed me for a while, you probably seen my weight goes up and down, up and down. And it really is it depends on my mindset. So a couple of days ago, maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to try something different, but I'm not going to speak a word about it. And I didn't speak a word about it, and I just started doing stuff. And one of my friends called me, and she was like, you need to start eating better. The spirit told me you should eat better. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm eating better. I said, well, is that confirmation? But I said, I'm not going to say anything. I said, is that confirmation? She's like, no, you need to eat. And everything that this individual told me to do, I'm like, I'm already doing it now. I'm in the process of it. So I can take it as confirmation, but now this person is telling me that whatever I'm doing, I need to stop it and I need to listen to what they're telling me. And I was like, but guess what? I'm already doing that. I've been doing it for a week or so now. And I've been strict. But something I noticed while I was doing this beforehand, I didn't have no struggles with, oh my gosh, I'm about to eat sugar. Oh my God, I'm gonna mess up. Oh my God. And normally I would tell my friends I would seek these accountability partners, but I would seek accountability partners that already deemed in their mind that I was going to fail, he's going to go back to, he's just going to do his thing. How many of you have those friends that's like, you tell them something, they like, man, you ain't going to do that. You always say that. Well, let me just say this. If you do have those friends, stop telling them stuff. Because sometimes people are envious of you, or people are judgmental about you, and they don't even know it, at least consciously. They have already put you in a box that you would never leave from in their mind until you prove it to them, until you show them. And technically, you shouldn't have to prove nothing to no one. But moving on. So after I told this person, and they kept telling me, because I was just about to hang up the phone, but after they kept telling me, like, you better do this, you better do this, I said, listen, I've already been doing this and doing that and doing everything you said. I said, that's confirmation for me. That you're not telling me nothing I don't know. That's just confirmation. And they were like, oh, well, maybe that's just spirit telling you to stay focused, because now, you might, just, you go stop. I'm like, what are you talking about? So anyway, after I got off the phone with them, I started thinking to myself, like, dang, man, but what if I do stop? Like, I started doubting myself, and I was like, man, let me just go get a cookie. Let me just go do this and whatever. And then the Spirit of God and the Holy Spirit and my spiritual guys, my spiritual team, they came and they said, no, what are you choosing for yourself right now? And this is something that a lot of empaths have to be careful of. People that are sensitive to energy. Like, you're empathic. Empaths, we take on other people's stuff, their beliefs, their energy. And this is why you have to be careful about what you say to people. This is why you have to fill out and you have to understand and pay attention to what resonates with your spirit. Who resonates with your spirit? Not only what, but who. Because there are some people you vibing with right now that don't really resonate with your spirit. You trying to go to the next level and they trying to stay where they are. And they already 3 floors beneath you. You know, and it's not about who's on this level. Oh, Jonathan, you been. No, some people choose to not be shit. It is what it is. Just because they choose to not be something doesn't mean I have to choose that. You have individuals that are born in the same house, that are raised the same way. One goes to Hollywood. The other one, well, I don't want to say no place because I don't want nobody thinking I'm judging, but goes to some place that they ain't doing much. They, as a matter of fact, they don't even leave their corner. They just do what they do. It's choice. All of us have choice. But really, just to kind of round it up, I just want to say, like, pay attention to who you allow to speak into your life. Pay attention to how you feel before you talk to someone and after you talk to someone, because you could be dealing with somebody that's saying they're this, but really they're this. And really, in truth, they're pulling you down more than they're lifting you up vibrationally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Whenever you're doing anything spiritually, remember, spiritual is the beginning and it's the end. God is the beginning and God is the end. It should always lift your life up. That's not saying you will not experience turbulence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're not going to experience turbulence. Think about when you fly, for those of you who fly. It could be a clear sky and you could start to shake out of nowhere. Study it, learn it. So don't get me wrong. Just because the sky is clear don't mean you're not going to experience something. But make sure you pay attention to what resonates with your spirit. Make sure you give to those that feed your spirit. Make sure you don't be stingy. Make sure you continue to elevate those individuals. Make sure you continue to know for those individuals. Don't just pray for them, know for them. Know their highest and their greatest good. Because your prayers can be limited sometimes. Sometimes your prayers can really do the opposite of what you actually think, because you can feel one thing, but you thinking another thing. So there's a crash. And now the bridge has now collapsed. So don't pray, no. Okay, anyway, I'm about to slow down now. Slow down, sorry. Come back, Jonathan. I need my water. But just know, like, that's just my thing. Like, you know, y'all have to be careful. Because a lot of y'all are taking classes. A lot of y'all, I saw somebody that's teaching a class. And this woman, like, she has jumped from place to place. So she's jumped from India, from Jamaica. I don't know. Anyway, I don't even want to put all that out. But just know she's jumped from place to place and she's teaching stuff and she's mixing so many different things together. And that is not a problem. Because if you mix things, like I've studied so many different schools of thought. So I've been around so many different individuals and I'm grateful for everything I've received from everybody. But when you are a practitioner and you realize that when people come to your stuff and their life gets worse way before it gets better, or actually their life don't get better until they go somewhere else to get help and then it gets better, then you might need to stop and you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Okay? Because I know you in a group and you probably don't see it, so just want to say that. All right. So anyway, Susie, I see this question. So then what's the difference between validation and confirmation? Because I always appreciate confirmation, but I don't need it. Validation is when I think for me, it's like I'm like this. So when I validate, so when you go somewhere, you get a ticket validated. What is that for? That's to get, you get it validated so you don't have to pay so you can move forward. Okay. Sometimes you need individuals that are at a certain level to validate you so they can confirm for you that you can move forward. Confirmation is just, for me, it's just a confirmation I'm on the right track. You know, I used to always say, like, I don't need that. I don't need that, because I never wanted to get egotistical. I never wanted to get prideful. But now I accept confirmation. I accept validation. Now, I only accept it from people that I respect, though. So it's probably, people can say, you can say whatever you want to say, I don't care. But people, I take it from who I feel resonates with my spirit. Again, if it doesn't resonate with me, I'm going to keep it moving, you know. But sometimes you can get sidetracked. Sometimes something or someone could resonate with you, or you think, but sometimes it's not really what you think. You know what I'm saying? So I embrace it all. I embrace it. You know, yeah, I embrace it. I would take validation from those that I feel are ahead of me, you know? Like, I don't necessarily always like being the smartest person or feeling like the smartest person in the room. I don't always like that. So, you know, because I want to be able to learn and grow, and I want to constantly push myself. So sometimes, you know, you in certain rooms and with certain crowds, you can get validation. But confirmation comes from just someone saying, like, yo, thank you. What you said really helped me. It really blessed my spirit. It really helped me in my life, you know. The reading you gave me, I just got a reading thing the other day. Someone called me and told me in a reading, you know, I was telling them something, and they was like, no. And come to find out that what I said was true, but they had to get it confirmed and stuff. So that felt good. You know, that felt good. There was a point in time when I thought I didn't need that, but as I get older, that really helps to encourage your walk. It really helps to, you know, enhance your faith. It just helps you in general. So that's what I think. Thomas, you're in the inner circle, and I already did a video on that, so you can go to the inner circle and look at the video I did on numbers. Okay. Love you. Lena, good morning. You were right to feel the way she was rude. She was. It wasn't a he, it was a she. And irresponsible with their mouth. I agree with the Australia, but different reasons. Spirit knows no color. Glad you spit those bones out. Yeah. I mean, I don't really see myself in Australia, but you never know what God has. You never know what God has for you. So I don't know. You know, it's certain places, and I've done this. It's certain places that have called me for events or called me for things, and I'll tell them they better set up a big screen and we can Skype or we go video conference. So, yeah, but you never know. You never know. And it's really not about what the individual said. It's more so about how it made me feel or what it did to me on the inside. It's not necessarily what it, you know, it's like there's a big distinction between somebody, and it's not really, and again, it's more so like, God, it's more that question like, God, is this right? Am I doing what's right? Versus like, okay, God, okay, I don't understand, but God, I want to know. It's like, when somebody really feeds you the right way, you want more, even though you confused. You're like, I don't know what the hell they talking about, but I know I want more. But when somebody just polluted you, just tried to poison you, then you kind of like, I don't know. I'm confused. Maybe I should just stop. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just done. I'm confused. You know, and it really just depends on the person. It really depends on the person. So yeah. So anyway, love you guys. Thomas, I'm about to go to the circle, so I'm about to be in there. So look at that video and then we'll talk about it. Okay. So look at that video. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. You know, please start posting your ahas. You know, talk about it. You know, Dave is going off in the circle, but I want y'all to really start talking over here so I can, like, you know, see, like, what's up? Like, what's up? You know, also, I want to know what other classes and stuff you want. Like, I probably have like 10 other class ideas that I'll be putting out there. I'm definitely going to do a class for empaths. Definitely, like, my favorite thing to focus on is like consciousness, is prosperity, is really like wealth consciousness. Like, that's like my favorite thing. So y'all let me know, and y'all post like different classes y'all want. I definitely want to start doing a class too on like spiritual baths, or how to make, I ain't even gonna tell y'all everything, but just know it's getting done. All right. So God bless you. Talk to you. Light and progress for all of your spirits. All right. Yeah. Bye.